In this vastness of the Atlantic Ocean, far from the European continent, dwells for almost 6 centuries a people that makes the sea and its 9 scattered islands a very peculiar way of life. A life that is not always easy, aggravated by the geographical discontinuity and sometimes by adverse weather conditions. A tenacious people, working people, who use the resources available in PRORURAL to ensure a balanced and sustainable development of the Azores. The island is blessed by another dawn. The sun comes to color another day, and with it, the certainty that it is well worth rolling up the sleeves to thank the gift of living in this nature, where almost everything is spontaneous. Man has only the task of knowing how to reconcile all the knowledge in harmony with the essence of everything that surrounds him. And this knowledge is also the knowledge of what has been inherited, a wisdom that is an alliance between the past and the demands of our time. That is the main reason that distinguishes what is produced in the Azores. There is certainly a huge concern to enjoy the best of nature, so that, with its raw material, there can be created products that can really make a difference. Here, in these 9 islands, there is a firm agreement which is to belong to this modern and competitive world without ever losing the tradition. The genuine tastes are also the beginning of a healthy day, a warranty that comes from the farmer and the demanding standards of processing. The privilege of living in the Azores begins in childhood, where growing healthy is complemented by well-being. Preparing for tomorrow is to make sure that in the future of these 9 islands, that despite being an outermost region of the European Union, there is a strong focus on the education of the children. And how nice is it to know where to find the freshness of the harvested products? A precious commodity, an advantage for the privileged. Those who visit the Azores are truly impressed, taking with them an idyllic image of the islands, its people, ambience, and surprising emotions that are discovered. This place is not paradise, but for a moment, one is torn between the reality of what is experienced and the day-to-day of modern life. These are the reasons why the archipelago has been a destination increasingly sought by tourists from all over the world. Peace and harmony reign. Here, nature is generous. The balance is done by regular seasons, fulfilling perfectly the cycles that transform the landscape and that confer the beauty of each one. The lush green is the result of rain that showered the islands in winter, moistening the fields and the mountains, bringing new life, promising abundance, and glaze on the visitors. The waters in the riverside ran its course, sometimes gently between rocks and wildflowers, others rushing in vertiginous waterfalls. The nobility of each of these 9 gardens marvel the soul of the Azorians, who, understanding perfectly its magnificence, have compromised to preserve all its natural charms and work with affection the possible adventures of who desires to engage it. The world does not begin or end here, but whoever passes through these islands is affected forever. In every island, there is an indelible mark, certainly a desire to return that can be perpetuated in the art of the expression of the people. There are still other affections, emotions that are kept in traditions as treasures that are respectfully passed on from generation to generation and preserved as the affections that you never want to lose. The palette has also this tradition, which is to bring people together and provide moments that seem to no longer exist. But here, the magic of having sense and ambience of past times is truly fascinating. This time, the secret has the charms of volcanoes that once gushed out in fiery rivers of lava. These lines of black rock, now solidified, have the spell of year after year, scenting the air of ripe grapes, turning the mountain island into a festival. In times gone by, this flavor and perfume traveled to the mouths of Russia, delighting the czars of the empire. As the day says goodbye, emotions that come from a long union built between man and the island, contracted in promises of respect, are released. An unwritten pact, distinguished, unique, and with a mark, the brand Azores. A pact secured firmly that has in the new rural development program, PRORURAL, the stimulus that comes to ensure continuity of the development of these 9 islands.